Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Director's Corner Live. My name is Betsy Lopez, Director of Cane Central. Today, I'll be joined by Ann, Cane Central Specialist, who will help me present today's topic. As a reminder, this is a quick 30-minute session, which will entail a 15-minute presentation and end with a 15-minute Q&A. Please feel free to ask questions related to the billing and payment topics that we're discussing today, and you can do that by using the Q&A at the bottom of the screen. And in that last 15 minutes of the session, we'll go ahead and address those questions. So let's get started. So today, the topics that we'll be discussing is number one, billing timelines. We understand how important knowing how to mark your calendars and being prepared. So we're going to go over some important dates that you should mark in your calendars. And this would allow you, the parent or the student, to be aware of when the bill will be available on the student's accounts. Number two, we're going to talk about bill pay options. We'll go ahead and cover some payment options that can be applied on your account and where to find that on the Cane Central website. And finally, we'll discuss how you can view and understand your bill once that first billing notification goes out. So we make sure we're preparing you. So the first topic we're going to go ahead and discuss is our billing timeline. So on the first week of December 6th through the 10th, we have tuition calculation. Your bill does not get calculated accurately. Basically, what happens is that components of your bill are loaded into your student portal or to CaneLink. So what happens is that multiple sources are going in. So basically, it could be your tuition, your housing, your dining, and also we're loading in whatever eligibility you may have. So scholarships, Florida Prepaid, anticipated aid. So at that point, that week, the bill is not really reflecting accurate information. So just make sure that you don't take any action on the spring 22 bill on that week time. On Monday, the 13th, the first billing notification goes out. Students do get notified by email. And so at that point, you should review the bill and make the proper payment arrangements. Also note that students that are not enrolled will not receive a bill as well. On that same day, on the 13th, parents or students, you're eligible to set up your monthly payment plan. And so when you set it up, the registration opens, you'll have 4 installments. It'll be the first one installment obviously would be on the bill due date, which is January 10th. And then on every 10th month after that, you'll have it deducted out of your account. So January 10th, February 10th, March 10th, and then April 10th. Those are your 4 monthly payment plans. Now, if you sign up or you don't sign up for a monthly payment plan before January 9th, so it's before the bill due date, you're still eligible to sign up for a monthly payment plan, but it will be a 3-pay monthly payment plan. So what will happen is that your monthly payment plan will be 3. It'll take the total balance, and the first installment will then become February 10th. The second will become March, and then the fourth would be April. So just keep that in mind when you're preparing your bill, so that on January 10th, your bill due date, that's when all final payment arrangements must be applied to the bill. So make sure you're just not getting started on the 10th. Make sure you're starting on December 13th when you receive your first billing notice, and then you have everything finalized on that 10th. So then everything is taken care of, and your student or your child can go ahead and just study and be successful on their journey in that semester for spring of 2022. So what I'll go ahead and do now, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Ann. And what she'll do is she'll go ahead and discuss now further a little bit of types of payments that can be applied to the student's bill, and also a quick look on how you can understand your bill as well. So Ann, take it away.
Great, thanks, Betsy. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ann, and I'm a specialist at Cane Central. So happy to be with you this evening. So what I'm going to go over tonight is types of payments that can be applied to your account, how to view your bill, as well as tuition and fee rates. So in general, we're going to discuss your bill and how to understand your bill. And of course, if you have any questions at the end of my presentation, you'll have the opportunity to ask questions, and you can just drop those questions into the chat. So what I'd like to do now is go ahead and share my screen. Let's just take a look at that. So I'm here at the Kane Central website where you'll find lots of information. One of the tools that we have available to students as well as family members is this Get Help With tab, where you'll find information regarding our knowledge articles. But before I discuss that, and we will discuss that, I wanted to first briefly discuss with you the billing and payment methods and ways that payments can be applied to your account. So if you hover over billing and payment, take a look at the billing and payment section on our Kane Central website, you'll take a look and you'll see here by mail. One of the first options, payments by mail include personal checks, money orders, 529 payments, outside scholarships, and loan checks. What's most important to keep in mind in regards to checks that are sent to UM is that they should include the student's ID number as well as their name. This will ensure that the payments are properly posted to the account. We don't want any issues with that. Also, keep in mind, payments should be mailed to the address that's listed here, which is a PO box address. Okay, going back out to the site, you'll see there's information here regarding the cashier's office, relevant information such as office hours and information regarding the cashier's office. Of course, you could pay in cash at the cashier's office. Now, one of the payment methods also is credit card. We have our online payment portal allows for credit card payments. There is a bit of a fee, the small fee. You'll find more information here on the Flywire online payment guide as to how to make payments and specific step-by-step instructions on how to make payments with e-checks, credit cards, wires, and of course here, international payments. Okay, going back out to the site again, I just referenced the e-check payment, probably the easiest way of making a payment. There's no fee involved with making the payment. Again, if you have any questions or need further help on how to make payments, there's the Flywire online payment guide here, and we could just click on that. It does have detailed instructions on how to access your bill, how to view your bill. So that is just one of several resources we have. So additionally, we have also Florida Prepaid. Now, for those Florida residents who have a Florida Prepaid plan, you may be familiar with it. There are a few items that must be done in order for the Florida Prepaid plan to apply to the account. First, there's the transfer form, which is something that is filed with the state of Florida. Then there's also the authorization form, which is an online form that's downloaded, signed by the owner of the plan, and then it's uploaded once again into Boomi. Okay, so there's also additional information here regarding Florida Prepaid. Moving right along, we have sponsored students here. There are some students that have third-party sponsors that pay their tuition and fees. That information regarding the guarantee can be sent to thirdparty.osas@miami.edu. Okay, and there is some information here regarding deadlines for those payments to be made in that method. Okay, so one of the things we also wanted to review, and now we're going to our knowledge articles, is actually how to view your bill. So one of the great things that we have here on our website is the knowledge article database. Here you'll see these are trending articles, articles that people have searched and looked out for information. So those are our trending articles. You can just do a quick search. How do I view my bill? I actually had searched that previously. Where can I view my student account information, balance at semester bill? And here you'll find, once again, step-by-step instructions. We've updated it to include the new CaneLink access for students, or to how the CaneLink looks for students. And again, step-by-step instructions. You would click on account activity. You would see the semester coming up here. Of course, you're going to see very soon, spring 2022. And for details, a detailed picture of the bill, you could click on see details down here. If you wanted a ledger view, of the bill, and some people prefer that. You can click on print term statement, which takes you to a PDF with a ledger view, and some people are more comfortable with that. So feel free to just check that out as well. Okay, so again, one of the things I wanted to discuss tonight was our tuition and fee rates, and just give you some information regarding tuition and fees. And of course, we have a knowledge article in regards to that. This knowledge article contains a link to our student accounts website where you can see the different tuition fee rates for the past few years, as well as for undergraduate, graduate, law, med, and other types of students. So clicking on the undergraduate, what you'll see here is, of course, for full-time students, 12 to 20 credits. It's a flat rate. This is the per credit rate if they were to take over 20 credits. So over here, you see a part-time student would have optional activity fee, athletic fee, those types of things, but that is for part-time students. For full-time undergraduate students, we don't have any optional fees. So I just wanted to show you that. Now, let's take a look at what the graduate fees look like. So taking a look at the graduate fees, one of the things to note is that the athletic fee is an optional fee. It's an opt-in fee. For some graduate programs, you can opt out of the wellness center fee. And that's something else I wanted to for you to keep in mind. The wellness center fee, as you can see down here, it's charged unless a student opts out before the last day to drop without a W. Now, keep in mind, there are some programs that do not allow an opt-out of the wellness center fee for, I believe, law and medical school, just as two that I off the top of my head can think about that do not allow that. So just keep that in mind. Now, as you can see, there's more information here regarding law and their tuition and fee rates for all programs. They have the LLM as well as the JD. So that's a great reference if you ever have questions about the fees that you're being charged. So going back to our knowledge articles, I did want to mention the opt-in. You can, and I'm sure we have a knowledge article regarding that. Looking at the opt-in and opt-out of waiving eligible fees, there is a knowledge article, of course, and of course it leads you also, there's a link here for the tuition and fee rates. And there's a step-by-step guide. You'll see here, we've provided screenshots where you can actually see the link in Cane Link where you can actually see the optional fees. And this is what it would look like for an athletic fee opt-in. Keep in mind, you're opting in, wellness center fees, sometimes you're opting out. All righty, so that is my portion of the presentation. So if you have any questions, you can drop it into the chat. I do see that we already have some questions. And so one of the questions that we received was, how long will the student health waiver take to process? And that's a great question because that brings up the health insurance waiver. So health insurance for continuing students or those students who have already submitted a waiver or taken the health insurance in the fall, they don't need to worry about it now for the spring. That's charged one time and it's charged on a yearly basis and it's charged in the fall. So I'm talking to the new students. You're going to see that health insurance fee. If you have not already waived it, you'll see that on your bill. And one of the things that, well, again, we have a knowledge article in regards to the health insurance waiver. So let's take a look at that. That's where you'll find the best information. How do I waive the health insurance fee? So here in the knowledge article, we do have a link to the waiver portal. That waiver portal, you'll start here and you'll submit information such as your existing health insurance. So you want to take a look at that. Then what you'll also see in this knowledge article is the answer to the question, which is within 5 business days, you should see that that waiver is placed on the account. If you don't see it by chance, take a look at your emails. You may have received an email from waiver status at uhcsr.com, or you can always contact us. Of course, we're always available. You can also contact, and it might be better to contact student health, as they would be the best able to tell you exactly what's going on with your waiver and why it hasn't been placed on your account. Additionally, this knowledge article has the deadlines to waive. So for the spring semester, January 10th is the deadline. So one thing I also want to mention is that if you are one of those continuing students, please keep in mind the health insurance waiver must be done every fall semester, every year. Okay, so that is a common question that we do get. All righty. So let's see, what else do we have? We have another question. I know you mentioned it, but what are my payment options again? Yes, we did discuss it, but that's okay. We could go over it again. So payment options, I'm sure there's a knowledge, and there's a knowledge article. What are my payment options? So it does go over the cashiering services, online payments. There's a link to our Flywire guide, which I just showed you a few minutes ago. It talks about several items that we have discussed: the monthly payment plan, Florida prepaid, tuition remission, financial aid. And there is some information regarding cancellation if for some reason you don't pay your bill. So that is, hopefully that answers that question. Alrighty, so moving right along, we have another question. If I'm entitled to a refund, will it come in the mail? Okay, great question. We've had a lot of questions in regards to refunds, and the default method is that yes, it will come in the mail via paper check to your local address. However, I constantly recommend that students enroll in direct deposit. Again, we have a knowledge article regarding that. How can I enroll in direct deposit? This knowledge article, again, they've done a great job providing screenshots with how it would look in Canelink and how you would need to actually enroll in direct deposit. So follow the links, or follow the knowledge article and provide all the information. There is actually also, even in the knowledge article, further instructions that provide more in-depth instructions on how to set up and enroll in direct deposit. Of course, keep in mind when putting in the information, make sure, triple check that account number, because unfortunately, if it's incorrect, that direct deposit will not go through, and we don't want that. So, alrighty, so what's the next question? Alrighty, where can I send a 529 payment if I want to send it by FedEx? Okay, so 529 payments, as we discussed, and I bet we have a knowledge article regarding that because it looks like I searched it previously. 529 payments, as we discussed, are sent via check, right? So they're generally sent by regular mail, but let's say time is short and you want to ensure that the payment gets there. You can also send it by UPS or FedEx. And of course, you can't use the PO box address for FedEx and UPS. So in this knowledge article, you'll see that we have our physical address there: University of Miami Student Services Building, first floor, 1307 Stanford Drive, Coral Gables, Florida, 33146. Keep in mind, once again, there is no wire or online payment option for 529 payments. So plan ahead, make sure that, that you get that payment in on time. All righty. Okay, so moving along, back to the home. So additional questions we have. You mentioned we can sign up for the payment plan when the bill comes out. Should I sign up right away? Okay, so that's a great question. So let's take a look at monthly payment plans again. And I would, if you have a payment coming in, or you have a 529 check that you're waiting to show it applied, or a scholarship check. If you know something's coming in, I'd wait to do the monthly payment plan. You can do it. Don't wait too long, because remember, as Betsy said in the beginning, January 9th is the last day to do the 4-month. Of course, after January 10th, you could do the 3-month, and every month thereafter, the payment will be deducted from your credit card or your checking account. But going back to, you want to make sure that your bill looks very close to what you are planning on paying, meaning that also that you have registered for all your courses. We do see it. A lot of students are on wait lists, right, at this time, waiting for something to open up, and they might not be at full-time 12 credit status. Well, we want to make sure that they get there. So we would also recommend signing up for 12 credits and maybe setting up a swap. And you can also search that by looking at the knowledge articles. But I digress. So what you want to do is make sure that your bill is going to look pretty close to, if not exactly what you want it to look like, with all your payments applied before you sign up for the monthly payment plan. And why is that? Because there's a 3% participation fee. So you want to make sure that if you are expecting payments, that those payments are applied before you sign up. Okay. And again, we have a knowledge article regarding the monthly payment plan. And of course, if you have any questions, you feel free to contact us at any time. We're here to help, and we're very familiar with how the monthly payment plan works. So let's see. We have a question. Last semester, I received a refund, but I still had a balance on my account. Why did that happen? So what happened there was that you didn't set up Title IV permissions. So the refund, or basically Title IV funds, which are the federal loans, which are Grad Plus, as well as the unsub loan, are Title IV funds, which can be applied to qualified tuition and fees and those expenses. They cannot be applied without your permission to a health insurance fee, a parking permit. So what will happen is sometimes you'll get the refund and you'll still see on your account that there's a charge for health insurance. So it just takes a couple more steps, because you've gotten the refund and now you have to go back in and pay that fee. But so that's just something to keep in mind. And so, yeah, Title IV permission. So let me take a look at, yes, and we do have a knowledge article. Of course we do. Regarding Title IV permissions, what are Title IV funds, giving you all the information there. Once again, they've done a great job in providing screenshots of Title IV permissions. And so just take a look there and how it looks in Canelink. So that is that knowledge article. And let's see, do we have any additional questions? All righty.
Hey, Anne, there is actually a question number 7, and there is the question is there a charge for the installments on the monthly payment plan? So you can find all this information on our Kane Central website. You can always go to the monthly payment plan section of it, and it will have detailed information of the monthly payment plan guideline. And it does basically give you details of the monthly payment plan reminder, which is 5 days prior, the installments and what happens if you miss an installment, the attempts if by any chance something happens where you lose your card and you need to replace it with a new card. There is a 2.3% credit card service fee that is not refundable. So all this information is actually found on a knowledge article and as well on our Kane Central website.
Right. Thank you, Betsy. Also here, one of our great, the functionality of our knowledge articles. You can see here related articles. How can I enroll in direct deposit? Anything in relation somewhat to what you're searching is, of course, trending articles. How do I fill out the FAFSA? I guess now's a great time to remind everyone the FAFSA for next year, 22-23 is out, and our priority deadline is February 1st. So keep that in mind. You have to do the FAFSA every year, and it's very important that you do so prior to the priority deadline. You want to ensure that you are getting all the financial aid that you are eligible for. So we want to make sure you get that.
Great, thanks, Anne. For question, another question just actually came in, and it's requesting us to go over the dates for the monthly payment plan again. But yeah, for sure, the monthly payment plan, if you're going to set it up before January 9th, it will be 4 different monthly payment plan dates, which begins January 10th, then February, then March, and then April 10th. So every 10th after that, it will happen. So January, February, March, April 10th. If you happen to sign up on the day that the payment plan actually is going to be taken out of the account, which is the 10th, 1/10, January 10th, once you sign up on that day, you will have an option for 3 payments. But the next one, the next deduction will actually be in February. So it'll be February 10th, then March, and then April. And those will be your 3 monthly payment plans. So Anne has them right here up in front as well. And you can see it also on our knowledge articles as well.
Right. And keep in mind, I talked a little bit about making sure that your bill is close to correct, meaning all the credits that you're expecting to come in have come in. So if, for instance, I don't know, your student is at 9 credits, then after you've signed up for the payment plan, they go to a flat rate full-time at 12 credits. The payment plan, or you'll receive a notification that you can go back in and add to your monthly payment plan. It'll rebalance and you can go ahead and just proceed as normal. The problem, if you don't do that, you'll get to the end of the monthly payment plan and you'll have that additional part will not have been included in the monthly payment plan. And so you'll have that balance remaining. And so that sometimes causes a little bit of confusion, but it's really just a matter of timing.
Thanks,
I hope that's
Anne.
clear.
That's perfect. Thank you, Anne. The next question that came in was in regards to the Florida prepaid, and if you have to do it one time, do you need to set it up one time, or does it need to be done each semester? So this is a really great question with Florida prepaid. We always have you guys, the first initial time you will need to complete the authorization form and a transfer form for Florida prepaid. Once you initially set it up and you have everything done, you will be able to have this almost done repeatedly every semester. Now, if each semester you want to change your actual option, then that will have to be done as well. And there may be some situations, and every person is completely different. It's a case-by-case situation. They will need to have it done if there is an issue with their payment plan. But of course, you would need to speak to your Florida prepaid, or you can come into Kane Central and we'll tie you up with we'll have you actually speak with our Florida prepaid representative as well.
Exactly. And once again, this is the information that you can find through Kane Central. It will lead you to the student accounts website, and there you'll see the very important 2 forms. But always just check your bill to make sure that if you have Florida prepaid benefits, that they are appearing on your bill. That's very important. Just check your bill, make sure it's correct.
Great. Thank you. Question number 10, when are housing fees determined and when is that due? I have a new upcoming spring start student and we are waiting to hear if they have housing. So just keep that in mind. Housing, you would need to contact the Department of Housing. once we are in that week where the bill is tuition calc, that is when it'll be posted. But if you have questions or concerns, you can visit the website. If you want to know the actual rates of which room you selected, that's all going to be determined on what you actually purchased for housing. So definitely, if you have questions or concerns about housing and those charges, I would reach out to the housing team.
Great. Thanks so much, Betsy. So I think that now concludes our presentation. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, if you have any questions, you can always reach us at canescentral.miami.edu/contact. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was beneficial to you. So have a great evening and go Canes.